Hey, my Liptons. I know it's been a minute since I did a video, but baby, I had to come in here and do a roast video. I feel like every like month or two, couple of weeks, I'll come back to YouTube to do a roast video because people people be pissing me off, and I need to come in here and set people straight. Now, the last roast video, if the new subscribers were here for that, the last roast video I did was on a screen. I dragged the shit out of him in that video for throwing Nick under the bus and Alandria under the bus. But now I'm here to do a roast video on another Love Island contestant or former contestant, whatever you want to call her. The hoodlum, hubba bubba, hood rat, racist, okay? And then you also have this coon. And honestly, I don't even know if you want to call this man a coon, because apparently he's biracial. So I can't even really be too crazy about the things that, the fact that he defended his hoodlum. I can't be too mad about it, because it's that white side that kind of pops out a little bit. So I'm like, okay, maybe he defends the, the white supremacy and the supremacy, but then he tries to kind of dip his toe into the chocolate, but then he has to go back into that white supremacy. Okay, so if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, these two buffoons, okay, these two, and you know the part that, oh my God, I'm so pissed. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, okay, I don't follow Huda at all, okay? I do not follow Hubba Bubba. I don't follow Hubba Bubba. I don't follow her on Instagram. I don't follow her on TikTok. She's just not my cup of tea. It's from the show of season 7 to the reunion after she All Lives Mattered, Olandria and Shelly, to be honest, but mostly Alandria. I've just fully just put her to the side and I moved on with my life. Literally the only cast member that I follow off of Love Island is Olandria and Nick. That's it. Like, those literally like the only two. So I guess you can call me a Nicolandria, okay? So I don't follow nobody else. I don't talk about nobody else, whatever. I wake up this morning, I'm getting ready to go to work. I open up Twitter while I'm on the train. You put the thing on, you on the train just to go buzz, going to work. You see all these notifications, all these things on your For You page. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? What happened now? Like, I was like, wait a minute, I was literally, thrown off. And they're like, oh, Alandria can never catch a break, da-da-da. And I'm like, whoa, what happened now? I'm like, did somebody else do something to my girl? What happened? Child, if y'all want to go watch that video, y'all guys can go watch it. I don't want YouTube. Y'all already know. I'm in the doghouse with YouTube. They struck my channel twice. So I ain't with the shits. So, y'all can go find the video. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Twitter. So you guys can go watch it. So, in that video, Huda and her boyfriend, Louis Russell, I don't know who this man is. I don't know what he does. I don't know what his profession is. Never heard of him. Don't care about him. They were on live, right? And I guess they were doing fan phone calls, or like the fans were calling their phone and they were picking up the phone and things like that. So in that video, they pick up a call, and the person on the other line who is like a fan of, I guess, Huda and Louis, like both. I don't know if it's Huda fan. I don't know if it's Louis fan, but it's clearly a fan of this couple. They pick up the phone call, and the fan on the phone says Alandria's the N-word. Like, she said the word Alandria, and she said the N-word with the hard R. Okay? Now, we probably could have been like, oh, okay, damn, that's messed up. But it's the aftermath. Like, so then afterwards, Louis, if you guys go watch that video, you can clearly see Louis and especially Huda heard the name Olandria and heard the person say Alandria is a N-word with the hard R. They end up laughing. They hang up. They kept on giggling as if they're freaking buffoons off a fucking tree. You can put these people in a freaking laughing gas with helium. That's how much they were kiki and laughing it up. And then Huda try to act all oblivious, like, oh my god, like, who was that? Like, like, oh my gosh, like, did they say a bad word? And it's like, bitch, bitch, you know exactly what the fuck that person said on the phone. You know exactly what was said on that phone. So that clip ends up going viral. And then here comes her, and y'all already know, Huda never takes no accountability. Her and her boyfriend, y'all already know, I don't care about the boyfriend. She never takes accountability, especially when it comes to racism. Y'all already know, she All Lives Mattered, Alandria, at the reunion, for the Love Island reunion. So of course she's not going to take any accountability for this. And it's not even more so about the fact that the fans said the N-word. It's what you did afterwards. You kikied afterwards. And you clearly heard the fans say Alandria's name, and you heard the fans say the N-word after that, calling Alandria the N-word. You sat there, you kikied, and now here you trying to pussy pop and backtrack. No, ma'am, we got your tea. So this is what she tried to say. I mean, look at Alandria. Look at this. You know, I can understand why the girls are mad. I can understand why the girls are mad at this queen, this beautiful chocolate black queen. Okay? So this is what Huda had to say. So first she put up this whack ass post. She said, y'all, first of all, clickbait. Oh my God. I love when I don't know if you want to call Huda a influencer. I love when they go for the clickbait, sort of thing, storyline. Clickbait. Using a sensitive topic is actually insane. Me and Louis did not hear what was said in that no caller ID on live. Only the racial slur. So you mean, mind you, I wasn't even there and I heard that video and it was loud. It wasn't muffled. It wasn't anything like that. We heard Alandria's name loud and clear in that phone call. Anybody can go look up the video. The clips are on TikTok all over. You can clearly hear Alandria's name, and then you clearly can hear the N-word after that. I'm not buying it. You're clearly backtracking, because you know how this looks. So she says here, which we hung up immediately. I don't condone anything of the sort. Whoever purposely, continuously called while we were live, I really don't condone racism, which is why it was immediately hung up. Once again, we did not hear it very well, considering it sounded like a child. Only the last slur. I just wanted to address this before it blows out of proportion. And then she did another statement. She says here, also, laughter was because it was awkward. Oh, so yeah, hearing the N-word is awkward. Yeah, like with the hard R. Like, yeah, it's just awkward. It's just awkward when you just hear it. Yeah, it's just awkward. Like, who the heck says something offensive like that on a call? Well, I mean, you would know, Huda. These are the kind of fans that you harbor. And this is the kind of environment that you bring to the table. When Alandria came out the villa and she saw that George Floyd meme of what your fans did, with her face being on George Floyd's body and you being on the police officer's body, and she told you then, we can't act oblivious here, hood rat. She told you then, she said, yo, can you, release a statement? Your fans are kind of going crazy on me right now. It's giving real racism. Please, like, help me out here. Nope. You skirted around the problem. You didn't address shit. And then when you were confronted at the fucking reunion, you All Lives Mattered, Alandria. So no, you know this kind of behavior. You know what offensive language is. You know what offensive imagery and all that stuff is. You know what it is. And I'm going to get to another point about this when it comes to, and I've been thinking about this for a while, especially after like the whole All Lives Mattered thing that Huda did to Alandria, about the relationship between, Black people in general and with the Arabs specifically. And it's like, because like, I'm like, you know what, nah, this could be a different conversation, but no, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed because people like Huda are the reason why I can understand the folks who, especially Black people, Black women specifically, they want to take a back seat to everything that's going on because they're like, nah, a collective of you guys do not like us. Y'all don't rock with us. Y'all don't stand by us. And when we're going through some real racist ass shit, y'all don't speak up. So yeah, we're gonna discuss it today. We're gonna discuss it in this video. So she says here, officials like, what did they say? They said a bad word. So yeah, you clearly heard the bad word. Because that's all I heard was the bad word. It was awkward and inappropriate. Whoever said it is in the wrong. Okay. Whoever said it is your fan. And the fact that you did not address Alandria at all in your posts, because this was clearly directed at Alandria. Let's be very clear. Had someone said this on the phone call and no other cast members were mentioned in that phone call, nobody would have, I probably would have never heard about this. It's because Alandria's name is attached to it. That's why this thing blew up. And that's why you're getting dragged all over Twitter, all over TikTok, all over Threads. And we have no other choice but to stand for that. Because you never call out the bad behavior that your fans be causing to the Black women in this cast. I don't want to hear it from these hoodlums, these hood rats, and her fans coming in my comment section talking about some, oh well, why should Huda be the one? Let's be very clear. In Love Island season 6, there was another Arab woman there, and guess what? When her fans were out here saying some racist ass shit to the other 2 Black female cast members on that show, she came out publicly and denounced everything. She was like, yo, cut that shit out. Not in my name. Y'all not gonna be doing this racist ass shit to the Black women on these casts. These people are my friends, they're my people. These are my sisters. But for some reason, Huda, it's just her spirit. Like, Huda's spirit, there's something, and then she has this victim complex too that really pisses me off about her. And then, on top of that, I don't know if you want to call him a coon. I guess you want to call this mixed race, half breed. I don't know. He's like, oh, well, I'm a Black person and I'm dating her, so this has nothing to do with that. And I'm like, yeah, get your cooning ass, bro. Get your coon. Like, I expect nothing less from you niggas. I expect nothing less from y'all. And honestly, and this is not my conversation to have. It's really for the Black men to have, if I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't know, these mixed race men. Because they were saying that Louis Russell is half white, half Black. I don't know. I don't care. I didn't research it. Don't care to research it. They're saying that, like, and I wouldn't be surprised if his mama was white and his daddy was Black. Okay, so there needs to be a conversation when it comes to, like, these Black men, these self-hating Black men and these self-hating mixed race people that be dating outside their race, that are colorist as hell. They end up with women who fetishize them, but at the end won't spit on them if they were on fire. These are just, Huda will be, no, but it's the truth. It's the truth. These men like Louis, the Black men like him, the mixed race men like him, they will end up with these, exoticals, light, bright, damn near white women. They will get with them because they have their own self-hating, image issues and things like that. They hate themselves. They'll end up with these women that fetishize the hell out of them. They're there for the sex, but it'll be the same women that will unalive them and expect us to be out here marching in the streets for them. Bitch, Huda does seem like the type, if you cross her, she might, slice a man up. She gave that with Jeremiah in the villa, and honestly, Jeremiah had to learn the hard way. That's why his ass is trying to be all pro-Black right now, because he's had enough. You know what I mean? But Huda, like, he really tried to come out here and use that whole, but I'm a Black man, so it doesn't, the racism doesn't really count when it comes to Huda. No, your girlfriend is not Black. That's number one. Number two, you're also not Black because you're biracial. Okay? So we're gonna cut the shit out. Okay? And I apologize for the noise in the background. We're gonna cut the shit out. So if y'all wanna do all this cooning type shit, it's not gonna work on my book. Here's also another problem too that I have with Huda. Huda, you are a whole Palestinian. Like, that's the part that this is the part that sends me, bro. You are a whole Palestinian woman. Okay? And let me just say this. No, ain't nobody. I mean, and of course, there's probably even more people. There are people putting their lives on the line, things like that. I want Palestine to free Palestine till it's backwards. Okay, I want justice for Palestine. At this point, I think I even want revenge for Palestine. At this point, okay, I'm so free Palestine. I have no idea. But it is something where you, Huda, you as a Palestinian woman, you're seeing the kind of dehumanization that's going on right now when it comes to your people and your community. You see the kind of racism, the Islamophobia, like everything that's going on in the news, the way that people even talk about Palestinians. They talk about Palestinians as if they're not even human. And yet, when it comes to a black woman, especially black people, they've been oppressed for freaking centuries. Hell, and it's like you feel like you have some kind of superiority complex over the black women. So it's just like it really is something where, and this is why a lot of times people, I've been having conversations with a lot of people about the whole relationship with the black community, and when it comes to, you know, a good amount of Arabs. Because let's also be very clear, and I'm going, you know, I'm gonna throw in a little bit of, you know, be a little bit woke here, because the Arab people were the first ones to enslave the Africans, and there's still slavery going on in some of those Arab countries. Cause UAE, Libya. So to me, it's like you be having these people, like the Hudas. I remember, you know, Huda ended up using her Palestinian identity against Andy Cohen. And mind you, Andy Cohen's a Zionist, so I don't give a fuck. She ended up using that genocide, you know, using that against him. But when it comes to, you know, the black women, you don't stand in solidarity with them when they be going through some racist things and some racist shit. You don't be standing with them when they be going through some misogyny. So it's like I can understand why sometimes, you know, there are some black people that, you know, don't really want to speak on the current struggles that's going on in Palestine, because it's like, yo, a collective of y'all don't even really rock with black people like that. Y'all don't even like us like that. A collective. I didn't say all of you guys. I said a good amount of y'all. Y'all want to spit on us if we were on fire. And yeah, y'all want us to be out here free Palestine, free Palestine. Y'all already know on this channel, I put that to the side because I'm humanity first over here. So of course I'm always going to be for, you know, for the justice of the minority groups and that sort of thing. But I can also understand when it comes to, like, you know, I guess you can say like these neoliberal kind of black people, black women, even though sometimes I don't agree with them, you know, but I can see why they can be like, well, a good amount of these like countries that you're talking about, you know, the Palestinian people that are going through it right now, Yemen, Iran, all these people, a collective of them don't even like black people. So why am I gonna, you know, be out here standing on the front line for them? Well, they don't even like to fight for our causes. They don't even like to be in the front line for us. So I can see where, you know, there's that divide and that tension between the Arab and black community. And it's and this whole situation is such a case study when it comes to Huda and Alandria. Because Huda weaponizes her in a lot of ways, her Arab image against Alandria a good amount of time. Even I don't like Shelly, but even Shelly too, she did it. She weaponizes that because a lot of these white girls, and there's no shade, some of these white girls be seeing themselves in Huda. They can, even though, you know, she's not like them, but it's like, okay, but you're fair-skinned enough to, you know, I can kind of, let me defend you a little bit here. So it's like, I just, to me, it's disgusting. And this is what Alandria had to say. Let me say something. Alandria is such a class act. You know, she's such a class act, okay? And I'm going to read this whole statement because this rings true. This rings true. And it sucks that, like, you know, there's so many good things happening with Alandria right now. She has so many deals on the books, you know, amazing things coming up. And it's like she has to address this kind of bullshit that's going on. Her name is literally trending because her former, I don't even know how you call them, co-star, whatever, that she was, mind you, Alandria and Huda, like, if you were to look at them in the villa, they were cool. Like, I don't even think Alandria would have thought that this is how it would have ended up with Huda. But, you know, here we are. I'd rather let it happen now than later. Get the snakes out the grass, baby. Because she says here, I do not condone racism of any kind, nor do I entertain it. That kind of language is never acceptable, not in anger, not as a joke, not ever. Words like that carry generations of pain, and pretending otherwise only keeps the cycle going. Defending it, laughing about it, or making excuses is even worse. I will not let this moment derail my purpose and derail my moment, my purpose of uplifting my community. I'm standing firm in who I am and using this as an opportunity to call for real accountability and awareness. We all have a role to play, in building a culture where speaking to one another with respect is the standard, and where speaking against hate speech is the bare minimum. While I anticipate, okay, this is low-key a read, I anticipate this will result in surface-level apologies that fade in a few days. I'd like to transform this movement into something actionable. I encourage those who have participated in the stream and their followers to demonstrate a genuine commitment to anti-racism by donating to organizations and foundations dedicated to educating and uplifting this community, such as UNCF and NAACP and or the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. I will be making a personal donation as well. In the next slides, I'll be sharing donations, links to contribute in support of HBCUs and underfunded educational resources for Black students. Let me tell you something. That's a queen. This is a queen. Like, it's just like, and I already see some of the hood rat fans be like, oh, she's gonna use this moment to play the victim. Bitch, she is the victim, okay? Like, she's the victim of racism, and she has the right to speak out against the kind of bullshit superiority complex that a good amount of you light, bright, damn near white women and men too, but what y'all be having against dark-skinned Black women. Okay, a good amount of y'all racist as hell. A good amount of y'all are colorist as hell. And honestly, for the Black women who are out there defending Huda, you coon built bitches. Okay, you bitches belong in a fucking mental asylum. You self-hating assholes. You self-hating assholes. And you know, it's at a certain point. Well, I'm like, listen, there used to be a time where I was also going through my self-hatred phase. Okay, when I was younger. Okay. I'm not the greatest reader in the dispensary. I'm not the smartest person in the room. At a certain point, you gotta do your research on this shit, okay? You gotta do your research on the self-hatred, the anti-Blackness, the colorism, the racism. At a certain point, especially for someone like me who didn't have the kind of resources, growing up poor, if I'm able to fucking educate myself and surround myself with people that can also make sure and holding you accountable when you saying some fuck shit. And yet some of y'all older than me, y'all still out here self-hating and being dummies for fucking racists. And for Huda, of all people, Huda don't give two shits about you coons. And yet here y'all are out here tap dancing for massa. Tap dancing for massa. Like, we hate to see it. We hate to see it. We can only hope that they wake up. Okay? We can only hope that they wake up. But either way, I think Alandria is a classy woman. You already know, if that was me, I would have cussed Huda out top to bottom, okay? Alandria has an image to protect, not I, okay? So I'm the one that's speaking for her, you know, and so many other women. And I'm also out here making a roast video of that hood rat hubba bubba bill bitch along with her fucking palm tree ass nigga that she has here. Trying to use his fucking half Black identity to shield Huda from the fucking racism that she's out here harboring and spewing and contributing to. Get the fuck out of here. And let me tell you guys something. Her brands, and I noticed that there's some of the fans that, oh my God, y'all shouldn't be emailing her brands and talking. No, we should email her brands. We should email her brands. Because the thing is, Alandria and Shelly and them, they've been going through so much trolling, so much of the Huda fans trolling and the racism and their bullshit for so many months. Why should Huda just, you know, write a quickie, have written, not really talking about ambiguous apology, and then a few days we just forget about it? No. Email them brands. Huda Beauty, we got on you, sweetie. Huda Beauty, y'all need to be NFL, whatever. but then again, NFL can't really be. I can't get on y'all too much because y'all be out here, you know, defending any and everybody. Y'all defend essayers, y'all defend racism, y'all defend everything. So honestly, y'all having Huda on the ad, honestly, it makes sense. I honestly would have been surprised if y'all didn't have her on the ad. So, but yeah, I think her brand should be emailed and they need to talk. Does she need to be in a fucking discrimination course class? You know? But yeah, she should be emailed. She should be emailed. She should be. Her brand should be emailed. Yeah, I support that. I support that 1,000%. These women got to go through, these black women have to go through so many months of fucking trolling due to her fucking fans being fucking lunatic maniacs and sadistic. Yeah, Huda should lose some brand deals. I support that. I volunteer as tribute, okay? As Katniss will say. Oh my God. It's a mess. It's a mess. And the fact that like, and honestly, at this point, I don't want Alandria and Nick to be associated with Love Island anymore. Like, I know Nick kind of hinted to him doing Beyond the Villa, but bro, please stop associating yourself with this show. Like, at this point, I don't even want there to be a reunion in the future. Forget this. Forget Peacock. Peacock didn't defend Alandria too from the racism and things like that. Please. Like, let Love Island go. I need them to be unattached. I need them to be detached from this cast. This cast was a fucking catch from hell, okay? They got these cast members from the pits of hell. The midget, the racist, the fucking, the pygmies, the colorists. Y'all got this cast from the pits of hell. The only good things that came out of this cast was Alandria and Nick. The only good things that came out of this fucking cast. Everybody else is just from the pits of hell. I'm so exhausted. Oh, my God. Anyway, you guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me how you guys feel about this video. And I apologize if this video is vertical because I just have to come in here and do a quick rant and just get my feelings out. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.